Woo, yeah. Howdy. Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. My name is Ryan, and I'm a fantasy sports addict. I just got done doing my personal bust and sleepers videos, so go check those out if you haven't already. Anyways, I'm here now talking about the rookies for the 2016-2017 fantasy basketball season. First off, I just want to say that it's a shame that Ben Simmons broke his foot. I was real high on him and heavily targeting him in all the drafts and had him in a few leagues where I've already drafted. Needless to say, with his new injury, I'm not touching him. Like, he might come back. He might sit out the full year. Either way, I don't want the headache, so I'm just going to let some other manager draft him. Now, the rookies that in your standard Yahoo public leagues that are probably going to get drafted, and I might have, one or two of them across my teams. Again, this really isn't the draft class to heavily target rookies. I just don't think there's going to be that big of an impact like, we saw last year with KP and Cat. So for the most part, let's temper our expectations when it comes to rookies for this upcoming season. The top rookie, the first rookie who's going to be off all the draft boards is Brandon Ingram. Yeah, he might be sixth man. He'll probably be starting by the end of the year. I'll probably take him in, league or two, throw a flyer out. So Brandon Ingram, if you want, go ahead, take him. He's going to be the top rookie off of the pick. First of all, I just want to say if I was doing a dynasty league and had number one pick in this year's rookie draft, I'd still take Ben Simmons with that number one overall pick, even with the injury. If you're in a situation and you ended up with the number one overall pick, again, trust the process, draft Ben Simmons, go in the tank, try to get another rookie, and then try to compete next year. That's what I would be doing. But in a redraft league, no, I'm not touching him. Speaking of the Sixers, this is probably the pick that I'm going to be targeting most out of any of the rookies, even though he was drafted 2 years ago, Joel Embiid. I just think, the top flight centers drop off pretty goddamn quick. And I think Embiid has the potential to have the biggest impact of rookies that you'll be able to draft. So, yes, I'm going to be going heavy for Embiid. I already have been. I'm going to continue that. Like what I've seen so far this preseason, I'm still excited about. I'm still going to be going after him. Buddy Hield, he's another rookie that I think is going to get playing time and will be fantasy relevant. He will be drafted. If I need a shooting guard to get some points and some threes, and I'm not too concerned about my field goal percentage, I'm definitely taking Hield. Now, going back to the Ben Simmons injury, I think that opens up playing time for Dario Saric. He's another guy who I'm going to take a late round flyer on. Again, not really a rookie, but he's coming over. And I think the opportunity is going to be there. He's looked good this preseason. And other than that, late round flyer is Chris Dunn. Rubio, I'm hoping gets traded. I think he will come the trade deadline, depending on the way Minnesota is looking. But I think Chris Dunn, if he performs and shows that he can take the starting point guard role on a potentially playoff team, they will trade Rubio. So for that regards, I'm going to take Dunn in a late point guard need type of a draft. Um, but obviously, there's more rookies. There's always going to be a few rookie surprises that do better than what we think going into the year. So these are some of the rookies that are going to be on my watch list come post draft that I'm not going to be drafting, but I'll be pretty quick to move on if they look like they're going to be getting consistent minutes and put up numbers. Um, for the Suns, obviously, huge Suns fan. We got Dragon Bender and Marquise Chris. Um, I think Chris is going to be the one who's more fantasy relevant this season. I think Bender's the better dynasty pick, but I think, at least from what I've seen so far this preseason, Chris has that athleticism that I think plays right away. And, the Suns are going to go into rebuild and want to see what these young players can do. So they might not get a whole lot of playing time to start the year, but I think come the second half of the season, either Bender or Chris is going to end up being the starting power forward for the Suns. My money's on Chris, but I'm going to be looking to add one of those two once the position battle kind of settles out. Now, another dynasty player that I really like, but I'm not going to draft in a redraft league is Thon Maker. I really trust Milwaukee's drafting. Again, Giannis Antetokounmpo was a flyer when they drafted him. Thon Maker, yeah, sure, whatever. He might be older than he is. Who knows? But he's got the physical gifts, and I think Milwaukee will do a good job developing him. Again, not taking him in a redraft. Dynasty, I'd probably take him, fifth, maybe as rookie outside of, hell, thinking that, Embiid is already gone after like Siak done. But I'm real high on Thon Maker. Now, Jaylen Brown, I don't know what to think about. He's a real high basketball IQ, super smart dude. Danny Ainge really likes him. I want to put him on the watch list and see what happens with him. Jamal Murray, Denver, they got a lot of shooting guards, small forwards. So I don't know if the playing time is going to be there, but if injuries happen and he starts performing well, he'll be a quick add. Kind of same thing with Chris Levert, shooting guard for the Nets. He has an injury history, which is the only reason why he kind of fell. Again, I think the playing time is going to be there. Fucking Brooklyn's a mess. They're just dog shit. So I think he has a real opportunity there. So he's definitely someone to pay attention to in the preseason / early regular season. Ibaka Zubac. Second round pick, but I think he might end up being still the draft. He looked really awesome in the summer league. Supposedly he's working on his skyhook with Kareem right now. And I just don't think that the Lakers have much in the front court standing in his way. So if he can play defense and hold his own offensively, even though Mozgov got the money, I think by the end of the year, Ibaka is going to be their starting center and their franchise center going forward. So dynasty leagues, I like him a lot. Redrafts, not going to draft him, but again, I'm going to be quick looking to move on him. Wade Baldwin, the fourth, Memphis point guard. He's got skills. I was real high on him, thinking that maybe Mike Conley wasn't going to re-sign. But he re-signed, so that kind of tempered some of my expectations. But he's definitely a watch list player. Now, a couple of deeper dynasty players that I like is Bryce Johnson, power forward for the Clippers. Honestly, the Clippers, they don't have the depth. The West is too goddamn strong, and I'm sorry, their window is closed. And I can see them doing something crazy and trading Blake Griffin maybe. Again, this is deeper. Maybe they come out, maybe they don't. But I do like Bryce Johnson in a deeper dynasty format. Same thing with Patrick McCaw. I even like him in deeper redraft leagues just because Golden State doesn't have a whole lot of depth at the wings. And I just have a hard time seeing him not blowing teams out of the water and just lots and lots of garbage minutes for McCaw. So if you're in a deeper league, I think he can help you out there. But just again, a caution, rookies this year. I know Tom, he's not planning on touching any rookies this year. It's just I don't think it's the draft class for it, especially to draft or be aggressive on it. As always, be active, make those aggressive moves. And again, rookies are very important for that. So pay attention to these names. There's a few more rookies. Let me know if you think there's somebody that is going to outperform, maybe a Valentine or I don't know, but just let me know. Anyways, fantasy gods, please grant me the serenity to draft my ideal rookie, the courage to add drop rookies aggressively, and the wisdom to know to hold out and not be too goddamn aggressive on taking rookies this year. Man, thank you. Check out our website, fantasysportsaddicts.com. Follow us on Twitter at FS, the word double, the letter A, at FSAA. And give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Thank you. Good luck. Woo!